Ladies and gents, bold, mysterious, and sensual. Of course, we're talking about the captivating note of tobacco. If you want to learn more about this note, stick around. You're in for a treat. Welcome back to another video. Max Forti here. If you love to make a great and lasting impression, you should know that smelling good is a great way to start. By the way, I do not smoke, nor do I condone smoking. It was purely for effect here in the beginning of the video. I do enjoy the smell of tobacco though. I do enjoy the note and the aroma of tobacco, the many different nuances of this amazing, sensual, and wall effect type of a note. I spoke to you guys many years here on this channel for over a decade about these such wow notes as tobacco, leathers, boozy facets, and whatnot. So today we're gonna cover the 15 top Holy Grail tobacco fragrances in my collection. As of today, of course, it changes every year. As we get more fragrances, we discover new things. So these fragrances are going to be divided into categories. I do this for you guys all the time. We're going to have the entry-level stuff, we're going to have the high-end, the hidden gems, and of course, the Holy Grails at the end. So guys, let's hop right into it. By the way, let me know in the comment section of this video which one are your favorite tobacco fragrances of all time. I'd love to read your comments and perhaps this covers something that you guys will be sharing with me today. So drop it off in the comments if you will. And by the way, know that you can try all the fragrances in this video and thousands to choose from, as you know by now, you should know by heart, at perfume.com, which is a partner of this channel, and you're gonna have an amazing code going on right now for Christmas into New Year's. This actual savings are going on right now all the way until midnight on the 1st of January 2025, and that code is NY25 for New Year 25, giving you guys 25% off site-wide. And guess what? By entering that code, you automatically qualify for the giveaways. 25 giveaways in its entirety. You're gonna get free bottles, books, all related fragrance content. Again, check out the description of this video and enjoy all the giveaways from perfume.com to carry you from Christmas. By the way, today I'm recording this video is actually the holidays. Today is actually Christmas Day. The time I'm releasing this video, you're watching it on the 26th. So happy holidays, everyone, whatever you celebrate. From yours truly to you guys. As always, I thank you so much for your support. And again, check out details below to enter this giveaway if you will, and enjoy 25% off site-wide. So kicking off the entry-level list here of tobaccos, I'm going to talk to you guys about one that hardly ever gets any talks from the House of Guess. This is the Originals. I talked about this year. It's one of my favorite discoveries this year. It's called Tobacco and Amberwood. This is an entry-level tobacco. Of course, it's not going to break the bank. But if you're getting into tobacco, this is going to be a great segue into this beautiful note, this intriguing and sensual note, because this is sophisticated, it's sweet, and yet has this really nice cigar kind of a vibe to it. The tobacco here is very appealing, very easy to wear, great for compliments. And again, it's going to ease your way into the tobacco because tobacco has many different facets, including the very animalistic combination of notes with coumarin, sometimes some civet, or castoreum, which can actually be kind of hard to wear, which you'll see here in some of the higher end tobaccos. But this is a great level one, very affordable, long lasting, and extremely great smelling. Of course, there are other honorable mentions that I like to mention here in this video that are not going to make the list, but also you could check it out as an entry level if you wanted to, such as Dolce & Gabbana The One, the OG from 2008, or the 2015, which is my favorite, the 𝗿𝗏𝗏, which again, it's been there, done that type of thing. If you want something a little bit more different, but still entry level, I would go with this one right here from the House of Guess Originals, Tobacco Amberwood. It has been announced as of late, I want to say the last quarter of this year, that it's going to be axed/discontinued. So if you don't want to miss this one out because it's one of the most revered tobacco entry-level fragrances out there. Everybody loves this one. You smell this one, you're gonna fall in love with it right away. It's a sweet sort of tobacco. This is going to be, of course, Spice Bomb Extreme from Viktor and Rolf. Again, said to be discontinued. I don't know if it's 100% true, but a lot of people in the industry are saying that this is going to be axed as Spice Bomb is, kind of streamlining and restructuring their collection. So I would highly recommend, guys, getting this one before it's gone. The pricing on this one here is not the cheapest, but it's still a good entry-level one. And again, if it becomes really discontinued, it's gonna skyrocket in price, so grab it before it's gone. It's one of my favorites. It's great to wear, easy to wear. It's a spicy tobacco that's sweet with some dried fruit, some vanillin in the base, which gives this more sweetness kind of a vibe. Easy to wear. Everybody will love the way it smells. It's simple as that. Next up, we're gonna have one that's probably the most affordable on this list. And again, it's gonna be a sweet coconut style of tobacco here, and this is going to be from the House of 𝗂𝗲, which is a clothing brand, of course, from the tobacco collection. This is rich, warm, and addictive tobacco. Great stuff. I think I picked this up for $19.95 on sale, so 20 bucks. It's going to be amazing. Again, it's going to be in the same vein as Dolce & Gabbana The One, It's going to be that kind of a very appealing ambery, coconut, and sweet tobacco in the base. It smells really good. Again, for entry level, if you're getting your feet wet, it's a definitely great one to do with, which is this one here from 𝗂𝗲, guys. Check this one out. I think you're going to like it. Almost has this boozy rum kind of a feel also in the opening. It's quite nice. Now, for the entry level, this is going to be my top pick for you. If you really want to get into tobacco and you want something that's very realistic, also boozy, I believe there's a wine note here. This is a very intriguing kind of a fragrance from House of 1821. This is Sweet Made Man Tobacco. A great scent. I put a quite big dent on this bottle, had it for a few years. This was actually a fragrance that got quite hyped here in the fragrance world, in the YouTube community as it were. And this is a great tobacco fragrance, long lasting, amazing. You have that sweet port wine vibe up top, which adds the sweetness and booziness of the fragrance. Very spicy here. You got cinnamon, you got nutmeg. Beautiful spicy tobacco here. Absolutely amazing. Smells just like a Maduro cigar with that, boozy facet of the rum / wine kind of a vibe. It's a spiced rum / port wine, which is sweet and spicy. Great stuff right here, guys. For the price, it's a steal. Smells amazing, lasts a long time. Great for compliments. One of the best tobacco fragrances I've ever put my nose on, and for the price, again, it's a steal, guys. If you haven't heard about this one, this is a hit. It could have made the hidden gem section of this video, but again, we're gonna do 4 entry levels, we're gonna do 4 high end, and then we're gonna do 4 hidden gems, and then we'll do the 3 holy grails, as it were. This is how we do the series. Of course, you get 15 plus fragrance because I do mention some stuff here and there, but again, for the entry level, this is my top pick. You're not gonna regret it. If you're getting into tobacco, you want something bold, brash, long-lasting, mysterious, unique with that wow factor, this one here will never disappoint. Now we're getting into the high-end section here of this video, and of course you can't start the high-end section without talking about Tom Ford private blends. Of course, when you talk about high-end, you have to mention Tom Ford. Now the Tom Ford version of the fragrance I'm talking about here today is not going to actually make this high-end list of 4 fragrances, only because it's so talked about and so revered in the world of fragrance. For good reasons, it smells amazing, but it's of course a sweet vanilla and spicy tobacco from the house of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, released I believe in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing about that fragrance is it's been copied to death. Many different companies copied it. Of course, there's a lot of different variations of that scent profile. It's one of the most copied scent profiles when it comes to tobacco, but you have to give credit to that fragrance because it really opened the gates for many tobacco greats to follow. One of the ones that I do enjoy is from the house of 𝗙𝗏. It's called Tabac Rouge, which is a red tobacco spicy. Again, not going to make any of the top choices here, but it's an honorable mention as Tobacco Vanille. I think they're great choices. But the actual fragrance that I'm going to talk about here in this top 4 / high-end level tobaccos, it's going to be Mystery Tobacco from Carolina Herrera's private blend collection that they have. And the reason why I'm talking about this one is because this is going to be a boozy, spicy tobacco that is absolutely incredibly smelling. It has a little bit of a floral, heart, and animalistic feel to it as well. It reminds you of let's say they could be cousins or brothers of the red tobacco, I believe from Mancera, which is very pungent, almost obnoxious at times. This one here has a very refined quality to it. If you take that red tobacco scent profile, but you add these refined, leathery undertones, a little bit, as the name would imply, mysterious. This one here takes the cake. The presentation is amazing. The smell is incredible. It smells great. If you like red tobacco, I promise you're gonna like this one even better because again, it's long lasting, it smells great, but it's definitely more sophisticated and more refined in profile. Check out Mystery Tobacco. Come back here and thank me later. Still in the high-end options here. This one here needs no introduction, of course, from the house of 𝗏𝗏, which always produces quality. And this is, of course, perhaps one of the most talked about sweet and spicy, creamy tobaccos. This is Naxos from the house of 𝗏𝗏 1861 collection. What an incredible tobacco, ladies and gents. This is amazing. This has been reformulated, by the way. What you're gonna find today is not gonna be this one, and it's also not gonna be as pungent and long lasting as this was. This is tobacco, honey, it's hot vanilla in the base, of course, a gorgeous note of lavender, which I love, which adds this nice aromatic feel to this fragrance. It's a little bit herbal and green in the heart, but also very sweet with that honey and tobacco combination. That's spicy, creamy, alluring, just an incredible tobacco fragrance. Now, still in the high end here from the house of Amouage. This is an incredible one. Journeyman was a great tobacco, blonde tobacco based fragrance that I could have also put on this list, but I wanted to go with this one here, which is definitely going to be perhaps one of the most daring ones, high-end tobaccos you can find. But again, it does develop, it gets creamier, smoother, and easier and more captivating as it warms up with your body chemistry. The beginning, though, the first couple hours are going to be kind of hard, being honest with you. This is from the house of 𝗵𝗏, from their Opus collection. This is Royal Tobacco. This is a masterpiece from Cécile Zerhokian. I talked about this fragrance for many years here, I believe for 2 years now, going on 3. But this is an incredible tobacco. This is long lasting, it's powerful, it's pungent though. The tobacco here captured was a scent profile from a Cuban tobacco, a realistic Cuban tobacco, which is also present here. You've got resins, you've got oud here. This is again very pungent, very animalistic, long lasting, and spicy tobacco. This is gonna be for the connoisseur. This is gonna be for somebody that truly enjoys tobacco and wants something over the top. It's not gonna be for everyone, I guarantee you. Many people will smell this and twist their noses. But if you do enjoy tobacco, ladies and gentlemen, this is a must in any collection of a great tobacco collection. I guarantee you, if you love tobacco, you're gonna absolutely fall in love with this one if you never tried it. Of course, if you have tried it, you know what I'm talking about, but it's definitely worth at least trying. Get a decant, try it on skin. I'm telling you, after the first couple hours, this stuff sings. And it's long lasting like an entity. If you spray your clothes, it'll be there for weeks. My top choice for the high end is going to be this fragrance that I'm in love with. This is one of the fragrances that I discovered late this year, the past month or so. This is a brand new collection called the Empire State Collection. I shared with you guys here on the channel already, and this is called Provenance. This is from the New York years when it was called New Amsterdam. This is going to be rich spices, incredible exotic woods in the base, spice rum up top, and a gorgeous sweet pipe tobacco that you get with this fragrance. This is an absolute stunning fragrance. I actually been wearing this a lot. It's long lasting. And again, the tobacco here is piercing. You must really enjoy tobacco to appreciate this one. This is a 50 ml, but it packs up a punch. One of the most powerful, long-lasting fragrances on this list, 𝗥𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗋. This stuff here, guys, again, another entity just like Royal Tobacco. If you love high-end tobaccos that smells just like a perfect, you know, made to measure kind of a scent as a garment, fits you perfectly. This one here, if you love tobacco, is one of the best money can buy, I promise you. This is in the top list here as my favorite pick for the high end for a reason, guys. This will take you back on a journey, on a trip. It's like time capsule in a bottle. We'll take you back to the old, 1700s, the old New Amsterdam days of the trades. We had all the spices, this spice rum, there's cocoa here. Gorgeous note of tobacco here that's just absolutely alluring, captivating, and mesmerizing. Check this out, guys. 𝗬 is an incredible brand, and Provenance is a fragrance that if you love tobacco, you must get your nose on. We're gonna kick off here with the hidden gem fragrances from Tobacco Profile that you should definitely get your nose on. These are gonna be ones that are great value propositions for what you're getting here. One of the ones you're gonna be on the pricier side of things, but the other 3 are absolute steals for what you're getting. That's why they're hidden gems in my opinion. Long lasting, incredible scent profile. The tobacco here is made to perfection, but they're not very well known. We're gonna kick it off with Les Intermédiables from France. This is Vanille Havane. Now Vanille Havane, of course, as the name would imply, is a tobacco and vanilla fragrance, but it's nothing like Tobacco Vanille from 𝗕𝗏𝗏. In fact, this is a very realistic, pungent, animalistic tobacco profile, which has a little bit of a vanilla kind of a surrounding to give the fragrance a real nice texture, dimension, and sweetness to kind of soften the blow a little bit of that tobacco here, which is very pungent and animalistic. An absolutely incredible dried fruits, rum, tonka beans are some of the main notes here. Coumarin, of course. This is an incredible fragrance, a little bit aromatic and green as well. It's a green, spicy, boozy tobacco. Absolutely flawless. One of the best money can buy. For the money, for what you're getting here, is an absolutely pleasure to rock this fragrance. I'm sure you heard about this fragrance. I talked about this fragrance years ago when it first came out as one of the best releases of that year. And I'm telling you right now, guys, if you want to get a great hidden gem tobacco to rock that's going to be unique to you, check Les Intermédiables Vanille Havane. You're not going to regret. Now we're going to go into the other end of the spectrum. This is going to be a very pungent, animalistic combination of tobaccos. This is going to be very hard to wear, perhaps even harder than Royal Tobacco from 𝗵𝗏. But if you truly love tobacco, you're going to love this one. And also the price point here is probably the one, well, with the exception of of course, Holy-Grails, this is going to be probably one of the highest priced tobaccos here. This is Habanos from the house of Royal Crown. I love this stuff. And again, this is one that it smells just like a tobacco. It's almost like somebody took a whole bunch of different cigars, a melange of different cigars, Maduros, all the different kind of Robusto, a whole bunch of different kind of cigars, and made it into a juice. This is a cigar juice, guys. It's that pungent, it's that animalistic, it's that realistic. An absolutely incredible fragrance. Habanos from the house of Royal Crown, a very dark, pungent and realistic cigar kind of a smell. Not sweet pipe tobacco, this is real cigar stuff. If you do love cigars, of course, add some sweetness in here, some spices in here. You're gonna get a great fragrance. I believe there's lavender also in the heart, which makes it very aromatic. It's very well blended, but that beginning, it's going to be just like a cigar. I love this. This is not for the faint of heart, but it's one of my favorites. Definitely a great hidden gem. Now, this coming up here is called 𝗿𝗏 𝗚𝗲, but it has nothing to do with oud. It might have some oud here for texture and for dimension, but it's all in all a leather and tobacco fragrance, and a great tobacco fragrance at that. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, this is called 𝗿𝗏 𝗚𝗲. Again, forget the oud part. This has nothing to do with oud. It's mostly a leather, and incredible. Oh my God, this smells great. This is an incredible buy for the money. This is a cheapie, but great. I'm telling you right now, if you know the channel, if you have a similar taste to mine, I talked about this fragrance for many years. When it was first released, I believe in 2018 or 19, I did a full review and told you guys this was a great hidden gem. Incredibly affordable, amazingly smelling. This is going to be a little bit of a fougere kind of a vibe. It's going to have a green nuance from 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏, let's say. It's going to have that sweet, spicy, and very green, mossy, oak moss, Vetiver green kind of an undertone here, but the tobacco here is also sweet and very captivating. I love this one here. I think for the money here, probably the best buy on this list, but also very mature. So it's not going to be as playful as Naxos or Spice Bomb or the one I talked about, the tobacco amberwood. It's not going to be one of those sweet, easy to wear kind of 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, nothing like that at all. This goes into a different end of the spectrum, the more mature, more gentleman-like, more masculine, manly assertiveness. That's what you get here, but for the price point, I think it's a great steal and it's a great hidden gem that you do want to discover, especially if you love the note of tobacco. The leather here, by the way, it's a very nice animalistic leather that also makes the fragrance just great. It takes that tobacco to the next level. And last but not least, this is a boozy tobacco. It's a sweet, boozy, and spicy tobacco. Needs no introduction. I spoke about this fragrance for many years since the original release date in 2016. It was a collection of 3. This is my favorite. This is Fortitude from Robert Graham. What a hidden gem this is. And by the way, guys, this is available now. It's discontinued. It comes in stock sometimes at 𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is the partner of this channel, which, by the way, before I hop into the Holy-Grails, I'm going to share some goodies with you guys. This one here from Robert Graham really is an incredible hidden gem fragrance. Available now. Get it before it's gone. It's one of those fragrances that has a cult following, including myself. I have a couple bottles of this. This is an amazing tobacco fragrance that's sweet, spicy, and woody. Amazing stuff right here, guys. Check this out. You're gonna love it. There's tonka beans in the base. It's a definitely sweet tobacco with a boozy opening that's very spicy, very creamy, very aromatic. There's sandalwood here. This is inviting. It's long lasting, and it's one of those tobaccos that there's not another designer in your counter today that smell as good as this one. I'm telling you guys, this is a great hidden gem. Don't snooze on this one. One of the best designers releases in the past few years, especially when it comes to tobacco. Before I give you guys the 3 Holy Grails, my top favorite tobacco fragrances of all time to date, I want to share something special with you from our friends at 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏, also the partner of this channel for almost 8 years now. They have going on right now what is said to be the biggest sale of the year. And of course, it's Boxing Day, guys. Check it out. If you know, you know. Boxing Day is going on right now. The time you're watching this video is actually live. You can get a BOGO 50% off site-wide. Get one 50%. Details below. You can get 10% off with a special code. You can also get free shipping to the US. Again, all details below. Check it out. Enjoy. Free samples with your order. I mean, this is the biggest one. Boxing Day from 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Enjoy, details below. Take advantage of the 10% off. Enjoy the BOGOs. If you want to buy one, get one free. If you buy multiple bottles, of course, getting one at 50% off is unheard of. So enjoy, all details below. Don't snooze, because this sale ends on December 29th at 11:59 p.m. So guys, details below, enjoy. Now the Holy Grails for me is going to be tobaccos that, number one, are just incredible on their own. They're just great creations. And for the most part, these are gonna be fragrances that were very hard for me to get at first. I heard about them, I procured them for years, and of course at some point I got them. So these become, the Holy Grail tobaccos of my collection. The first one we're gonna talk about here from Private Blend Tom Ford, one of the best collections ever created. Tom Ford Private Blend, especially the original one with Moss Brash, Tobacco Vanille, Noir de Noir. I mean, the list goes on and on. Incredible that collection was. Sadly, a lot of those got discontinued, including this one here, which was not released in the early days, but it was discontinued. I'm still waiting for it to be ported into the signature line, which is set to happen soon. Fingers crossed. This one here, my favorite from the Tobacco Private Blend to date. This is tobacco oud. Of course, the name says it all. It's going to be a tobacco and oud based scent, but also has a note of whiskey here. So this technically can make my top boozy fragrances, but it's mostly a great tobacco, spicy, and woody fragrance, guys. This is a beast of a fragrance. One of the best. Not going to be for everyone, not for the faint of heart, but if you do love the note of tobacco that's boozy, laced with whiskey, with that amazing note of oud here that adds to that mysteriousness, that darkness, guys, tobacco oud is no joke, a definite holy grail in my collection. Now, from the house of 𝗏 𝗏, which I spoke about this brand for many years here, is one of my favorite brands of all time. In fact, if you go back years into my niche journey, these three brands, 𝗏 𝗏, Annick Goutal, and of course, l'Artisan Parfumeur, early on, I want to say mid-2000s, really opened the gates for my niche journey. And of course, this one here is Fumerie Turque from the house of 𝗏 𝗏. I could have talked about 𝗏, which is a great hay-like, incredible tobacco, sweet and spicy, but Fumerie Turque is going to be that shisha Arabic kind of a tobacco with dried fruits, spices, definitely great woods in the base. This is a masterpiece from Fumerie Turque. This is a discontinued, this is a very old bottle, I believe from the early 2000s. It was ported into the bell jars, and I believe it's reintroduced now in the market with the dark bottles. It's not going to be as good as this one, meaning it lost its power. Some of the ingredients have been changed, reformulated. 𝗏 𝗏 is not as good as it used to be, but if you can find this transparent bottle here with this building here, which is again from the early 2000s, late 90s, this is a true masterpiece for tobacco lovers. Guys, this is no joke. And of course, last but not least, from the house of Creed, this is my favorite Creed to date, my favorite Creed of all time. I talked about this many times. Of course, I love Viking. I love Royal Mayfair. There are a few hidden gem fragrances from the house of Creed that I do enjoy, but this one here is my favorite of all time. This is, of course, 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏, but not millésime 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is vintage 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏, simply called 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏. This was vaulted. This is said to have been, Winston Churchill's signature scent. This is an incredible tobacco that's laced with oak moss, lavender, tons of spices. This is a pungent tobacco if you ever tried one. This is truly tobacco essence in a bottle. Green, pungent, mysterious, dark, captivating. Whenever I wear this fragrance, I do turn heads. People ask me, what does this smell? Who smells like this? It's not gonna be for everyone, I guarantee you. But as this fragrance warms up with my body, it gets creamier. I believe there's sandalwood here also in the base. The greenness really, gets amplified. There's vetiver, oak moss, tons of spices here. It's a very aromatic, pungent, animalistic tobacco. Very realistic tobacco with a leathery kind of a facet as well. Definitely animalistic here. But again, this is one of the best tobacco fragrances ever created. Guys, it has been vaulted, unfortunately. I'm hoping at some point Creed will bring this back. Even if it's reformulated, I don't care. This is one that deserves to come back. You deserve to try this one because this is a true work of art. This is a masterpiece. From the house of Creed, 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏. Creed, if you're listening, please bring this back because, Creed is in the process of bringing things back now. As we saw Royal Mayfair, a lot of the discontinued / vaulted fragrances are coming back. They're kind of reintroducing some of the old favorites. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed here on this one, that, vintage 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏 does make a comeback. Guys, thank you so much. This is all I have for you today. 15 plus incredible fragrances in the tobacco genre. Of course, stay tuned for the continuation of this series. The next 2 holy grails from this series is going to be leather and then the best boozy fragrances of all time. And of course, I'm going to continue to check in with you guys so you guys let me know which other top holy grail fragrance notes you want to see here featured on the channel. As always, thank you so much for your support, and I will catch you guys very soon.